Hello everyone, Treecks here and welcome back to Super Castlevania IV. Not too sure why the Super is there. They could have just called it Castlevania IV and also would have been able to get away with it, I'm pretty sure. But the game is officially called Super Castlevania IV because of it being on the SNES. And you know, on the SNES it was a pretty big trend to actually call all the games Super at some point. So this one too. Konami made his way to the SNES with his new Simon Belmont adventure. We are in Dracula's castle already, stage 8. A lot of challenges already overcome, but the hardest ones still to do. Let's move on. And the spider is already able to hit us. Great start. Here in the basement, because that is where we are right now, because we fell after beating the stage 7 boss, the short route towards the top of the castle suddenly became a little bit longer. The basement of the castle, obviously functioning as its dungeon, like always, is a pretty scary place. Oh, and this time around we do have drops that hurt us, so be careful. This is no longer a safe cave where just water drips from the ceiling. This time around we do get hurt if we step into the drips. Speaking of dripping, it's not the only thing falling from above. Also a pretty traditional Castlevania enemy, this guy. And it doesn't want to die apparently. And there you still go. You are a way too familiar face by this point. Be careful, because there's a drip on the staircase. It does not knock you off the staircase if it hits you, but it will still hurt you, of course. Getting hit by those kinds of obstacles won't knock you around. It will simply just do some damage. It won't knock you off your feet. Like most enemies do whenever you get hit. Might be something interesting in the candles down below, but I'm not going to go back for that. Come on, hit him. It's fun that you're able to use the whip in 8 directions now in this game, but even 8 is in all honesty not really enough. Oh, and I got the 1-up, so thank you. Point back was enough apparently. Can't quite reach you, so I need to do it from here. Oh, that's going to be tricky. Can't really reach you, even from up here. Yeah, I was afraid of that. Already down more than half of my health. I've barely even started here, so... Oh, this is meat apparently. So, scratch the note on being down more half of my health. That's no longer the case. Let's see if I'm able to reach 82 before running out of health. Let's crouch. Seems necessary. Stopwatch. It could be handy to use with these platforms in all honesty. The problem is just that these platforms officially don't count as enemies, so the stopwatch won't work on them. That would have been too easy. The game actually giving you a way to cheese the platforms coming up ahead. That would have been too easy. Here we have a knife. Oh, speaking of knives. Knives coming from the ceiling. Help. Oh, we have the dragon head again. And we don't even have to tickle it because there's a cross right in front of him. But it looks like there's another one, so... Nope. Luckily I didn't get pushed in. Tickle, tickle, tickle. Can't quite get those hearts. But they're only single ones, so don't really care. And now we need to be careful, because we're not on a staircase now. So if we get hit now by these drips, we will get knocked around. Oh, secret in the wall. Which is really easy to find, because you're going to be whipping that guy anyway. So hitting the wall behind us is probably also going to happen. This is a secret that can easily be found. That's pretty obvious. Oh, and the bridge crumbles, so let's move. And that should be the end of 8-1. Yeah, 8-2. It looks like we have a vertical section again. Something is moving up there. No, apparently it's just background. The way the guy is actually obscured behind the health bar, and that way it actually looks like it's an enemy hanging around here. But as you can see, it's just background. Don't have to worry about that. Medusa heads will start forming here. And you go away. Well, surprisingly enough, this area actually goes downward. You would expect to actually move upward again. Trying to find the ground floor of the castle again, but it seems we're moving down even further before we go upward again. As if the place we are is not scary enough already. Oh! Why the hell did I do that? For some reason I didn't see the spike platform there. Which is really stupid. It was pretty obvious it was there. Oh, come on, stupid staircase physics. I'm just trying to hit the candle, come on. Moonwalking on a staircase. Simon knows how to have a good time in the castle. Let's not get hit by this platform again. What made it extra stupid is the fact that I did see it, but for some reason I was stupid enough to still hit the jump button. Which I shouldn't have done, I just should have walked off that platform. Oh, you must be the kind of guy that actually was behind the health bar at the top of the screen. Over here a little bit more recognizable as background. And not something we're going to want to interact with. Even though I did try. Back to horizontal platforming. Let's see if we can stay alive. I do like to keep that extra life. If a boss fight comes up, I do like to have an extra chance if I can. Here's some invincibility, which is usually pretty useless in this game. Most Castlevania games, because they rarely last for very long. Be careful, more stuff hanging in the ceiling, as you can see. Oh, I still get hit by it. What is it with me today? Getting hit by things I do see, and yet I still get hit by them. Perhaps all of these things are just not as easily avoided. Okay, this looks like a pretty nasty jump. Wait for it to go upward. Should be easier to squeeze yourself through here. Oh, this part can be nasty. I remember this part. These spikes actually move in a pretty tricky pattern, as you can see. And the fact that they're insta-kill also doesn't really help. When I was younger, that part always gave me a lot of trouble. There is still a pattern in it, it's just pretty hard to see it, so getting through there alive is definitely really difficult. For some reason, that part kind of slipped my mind. Now that I saw it again, I was like, oh yeah, that again. A part of the stage I tend to forget, and I think I know why. I don't want to remember it. Let's just try it again. Having a lot of health won't help me, so I don't have to care about getting hit. Let's see how this works. Usually whenever you pass a spike, the next one is going to appear a little bit to the left of it. And that should give you a chance to actually slip under it, as you can see here. And once it reaches the edge, it will move right again. And the moment most of them move left, that's when you want to slip under them. So, as you can see, there is still a pattern. Just a pretty difficult pattern. If only crouching would have helped, and this part would be ridiculously easy. Nothing of interest up here. No. Just for some point bags. But we are out of extra lives, so need to be really careful here. Really careful, so first let's see how this works, and then go. Disappearing platforms can be quite tricky. And that should lead us to a familiar foe. The next boss is going to be a repeat of the Frankenstein boss, who actually has potions to throw around this time. Let's attack you from a distance, because that way your potions can be easily dodged. Oh, he can clone himself, help! Yeah, and the clone actually does not count as the regular boss, as you can see. If you start attacking that, it won't count towards the enemy health bar. But it only takes a few hits for you to take it out, so also not really that big of a problem. Easy boss, in all honesty. And he still has plenty of potions left, it looks like. There we go. Easy boss for a change. Making quick work out of stage 8. Are we moving back further up in the castle? Looks like we will. Stage 9 will take us to the foot of the tower where we want to be. The second phase will end at stage 9. First things first, I'm not going to be stupid and play this stage with 0 extra lives. Let's reset our life counter, since we are at the beginning of stage. A trick I've explained in earlier Castlevania games as well, so might as well also use it here, because now we are back at 4 extra lives. Plenty of chances to try to clear the tricky stage 9. Which seems to be the treasure room, because there's a lot of gold lying around here. I think I like this room already. If I'm done defeating Dracula, I think I'm going to return here and use this place here as my payment. I think I'm going to want to live here. As long as all the monsters and scary ghosts that float around here are gone, then I wouldn't mind living here. And I always really like this effect. If you move over these chests, that they actually spawn some gold. Would have been nice if we were able to keep it. Oh. This place also seems to be unstable. Whenever you see cracks in the floor, be careful. It can actually crack open. Nope, he jumped off. Stupid enemies. Oh, here we find a new type of platform. If you step on these, as you can see, they will disappear. Not all the gold and jewels is actually really stable here, so be careful. You can actually recognize those platforms by the chains they're hanging on. These things. And this looks like something we can climb, so let's try doing that. And not like that. Okay, you can bet there's something valuable in the candles up there, since it's so tricky to reach. Oh, just a sub weapon. No point bags or extra lives. And that is something we can miss. Meat, please. Nope. Something I could use by now. I'm already low health, so... I'm not even at stage 9-2 yet. Still the first one. Let's see if we can get greedy. No, I already missed one. And a heart here. Yeah, getting all of the things there, that's not as easy as it looks. Because of all the crumbling platforms. Nothing in here? Nope. And I need meat even more than just a minute ago, so... No, nothing here. Oh yeah, of course there's a bonus room up there. But I think I can't reach it anymore. No, there's a little bit too high. Need to do it from the platform to the left. But realized too late, there's actually a bonus room up there. And there's actually some meat. Go me. Hey, stop throwing your bones at me from there. You do realize you can kill me with these? Oh, never mind. I was able to survive one more hit. But this time, it definitely is the final hit we're on, so... No matter what, if something hits us, we are dead. And we're also dead if I get too greedy here. Come on, some meat, please. Slow down, help. Oh, still alive. I'm surprised I'm actually able to get this far. Oh, be careful. Well, survived the first sub-stage at least. Let's see if we can do another one with this low health. You're facing the wrong way. Oh! Okay, maybe that's a good thing. Only downside is I have a lower range whip now, since I only have the level 2 one. So I'm probably not able to tickle you now. No, I can't really reach you. So let's just normally whip you. Can't jump over you, so I have to do it like this. And here's another grappling point, so... Bam! Oh, missed it. Oh, now you give me the level 3 whip. Oh, something's sucking at me. As you can see, these holes in these rocks will actually start sucking you in. And you're unable to move, so be careful. Especially since this is another chase section with coffins going after you. Howdy, sir. Couldn't quite tickle the other one, so let's make up for it with you. Ah, that feels a lot better already. So, we've had our fun. Let's move on. Thank you. Full health. And that I can appreciate. Let's see what we have here. Nothing but hearts, probably. Yeah. So, let's move on to the next new mechanic. Quote-unquote quicksand, but in the form of gold. I think Scrooge McDuck might have some ideas how to have some fun with this, but for us, this is actually a death bit. A slow death bit, but still. It will suck you in slowly. So if you don't jump out in time, you will be dead. You will be dying a rich man, but you will still be dying. Let's go. Wham! Plenty of gold for everyone. But we are on a different task. Nothing behind you? No. In that case, let's just ignore you and move on. Ooh, blocks forming. That is something we know from earlier games. Also present in this game, it looks like. Just be careful, don't go too fast or too slow. Lower path or higher one? Lower one, it looks like. If I don't get stuck, come on. Stuck in the suck. Oh, improvising. Why? Nothing up there, I think, so I'm going to ignore you. If I stay away from you, you're also not going to follow me, so no reason to go up there. You might be hiding a candle, actually, but I'm also pretty sure I'm not interested, so let's just continue. Next vertical room. Going upward, finally. Something we have not done in a while, so time to make ourselves upward again. Dracula is in the tower, after all, so eventually we need to go up, up, and up some more. Even though I still would just like to stay here, actually. All these treasures kinda making me lose my interest of killing Dracula all of a sudden. I don't care about him anymore. I just care about his treasure. Let's just head left for now. Ooh, and this time we do get some point backs in a row. Interesting. Apparently it still can happen. Let's tickle you to death, so we can move on. There's no way to actually check out the right pathway if... Ooh, point backs galore! But anyway, like you see over here, if you actually move upwards, the screen does not scroll downward anymore. That's how it works in this game. So don't think you can just move to one pathway and then head downwards to the other one, getting all the candles on that pathway as well. It does not work like that. It's a one-way trip. And why is every single candle in this room a point back? It is literally turning into a treasure room here. And I was thinking you couldn't just bring along the treasure here, but it looks like you still can. Just in the form of the point backs. Here, even the enemies you kill turn into point backs. Including the dragon heads. Man, now I feel it's a waste I actually game overed myself at the beginning of stage 9. This would have been wonders for my score. Because that's the downside of game overing, of course. It does return all of your extra lives, but your score gets reset to 0 again, so... In that sense, it is a downside, game overing yourself. But I still feel it's worth it if you actually are at the beginning of a stage and have 0 extra lives. Because all with all, in the end, the score... Who cares about the score? Time for the boss. And the stage 9 boss is... a bat that forms out of gold. Very interesting. Do be careful, because as you can see, every time we hit him, some gold will fly off him. And that can actually hurt you. And him swooping in, of course. Can be tricky to avoid. So your best bet is to actually take on this bet. A bet to take on the bet. I know. But anyway, your best bet is to actually stay under him. Because the gold will never fly directly under him. After a couple of hits, he will split into smaller ones. Making it even harder to avoid them. Because as you can see, the debris is also still here if we hit them. But now there's 3 of them. And staying under them is no longer as easy, because they move around a lot more. So all in all, he looks like a pretty basic boss, but he's definitely not easy. But luckily, getting hit by him does not really hurt a whole lot, as you can see. And that way you can just out-damage him. That's usually the trick I use. Stage 9! My favorite stage so far, because of it being in an awesome treasure room. Complete with awesome mechanics. But it is over. And are we going to fall again? No, this time something better happens. A staircase forms, so we can return to the ground level. That we have been looking for quite a while. Let's move on to the tower section of this castle. The traditional Castlevania 1 part of the game, you might say. Stage A is up next. And with next, I mean next week. Because we are done for today. I see 20 minutes. And I'm not too sure how many stages are still left. I'm pretty sure still quite a lot. But I think I can actually fit that into one episode next time. Should be one more episode. There's not a whole lot left. The end is drawing near. We are knocking on Dracula's door. And I don't mean the castle door with that, but his room. Next time we will finish this. Simon and Treecks out. See you folks next time.